Says you're ready.
When you Google Mark Rippetoe, in the top first 10 images, there's a picture of Roger Estep setting up for a deadlift, and people say that's you. How do you feel about, like, that floats around? I've seen so many people say that's you.
I'm so tired of...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Roger Estep pulling a deadlift off the floor, and they think it's me. God almighty. It's just insane. You know, why would anybody think that was me? Does it look like me? It looks like me? I don't know. I don't understand it. I can't explain the shortcomings of other people. I can barely explain my own. So I don't know. I don't know. That's been going around a long time.
But you don't find it funny?
No.
Okay.
No, I find it insulting to the memory of our friend Roger Estep.
Estep. Oh, okay. I want to see it. Thank you.
Estep was a nuclear physicist, in addition to being a very strong lifter. And the story is he was exposed to some kind of radiation in an accident and died of cancer when he was like 40 or something like that. So, no, that's stupid, you know. Estep was a lifter. I'm just a gym owner. All right, who's next? Well, that's all. All right. We'll go ahead and leave then.
I got one for you.
All right, go ahead.
Just bringing up Estep, I'm wondering what's another athlete or lifter that's personally inspired you and why?
Oh, you know, there's a bunch of big, strong guys from back in the day. It was hard to be around or even anywhere inside of Doug Young and not being impressed by that guy. He was amazing. Doug Young was I'll tell you the Doug Young story. Me and two or three of my buddies were at the Worlds in 1980. A long time ago, which are being held in Arlington. In fact, that hotel is still there. It's on 183 south of the airport. And it's kind of a big hotel, and they had a convention center attached to the thing. So these guys that were promoting the meet, I don't know, I may have been Clay Patterson promoting that meet. And that it was the IPF Worlds. And I mean, everybody it was the Worlds. It was everybody in the whole world was at this meet. And me and Jimmy Mosier and George Hector were just hanging around watching the meet with Starr. And everybody, Dave Waddington was there, and Vince Anello, and a whole bunch of people that were big famous lifters at the time. Doug Young had not qualified for that meet, so he wasn't lifting in the meet, but he was a real famous guy. And Doug was a physical presence. He was a physical presence. He was he was about 6'3", probably 285. Had about a 40-inch waist. You know, handsome guy. Impressive wife. You know. And so he was real famous. He was benching up in the sixes at the time. This back when nobody was doing that. So we were standing around in the lobby, and this is between, if I remember, between the 181s and the 198s. So this is Saturday. So it was the heavyweight guys are going tomorrow, and so the heavyweight guys, 275s and the supers were all 42, 75 supers were all standing around out in the lobby with everybody else, and in between sessions. And so everybody in the meet is out here in the lobby. Doug Young walked in. And see how quiet it is right now? The whole fucking lobby just and looked at Doug Young as he walked in. Strongest men in the world stopped what they were doing and looked at Doug Young as he walked in the door. And it was amazing. This guy. This is a guy that would have been the king 1,000 years ago. Right? Back when you had to actually do things to be the king, you know. This guy would have been the king. So he was an amazing guy. He really was. Anybody else? Who's the next question? Yeah, let's have old people ask questions. They always ask better questions.
Yeah, I just wondered if you've ever been involved in strength training for swimmers or swimming. I'm in a master swim program, and it
swimmers
seems to
don't
help.
think they need to be stronger.
But that makes no sense.
Well, I know that. You and I know that makes no sense. But ask your coach if he thinks you need to strength train.
Okay.
See what he says. And he'll want you, if by strength train he means resistance training, you know, with 3-pound dumbbells and cables
Maybe
and
some bands.
and, you know. And what is that, TRX, TWY, what is that shit where you hang from the ceiling, TRX? Yeah, that you know, that'll be resistance training, you know. But then he'll tell you that, and you'll say, yeah, but I'm talking about barbell training, like squats and presses and deadlifts, and he'll say, oh no, you don't need to do that. You just need to do exercises that make you more supple or some shit. He'll say the word supple at some point in the conversation. He'll say supple. You don't want to be a power lifter, do you? Right, that's what he'll say.
No, strength lifter. Anyway, okay, thanks.
So yeah, he won't be, you know, your strength, your swim coach, your boxing coach, your cycling coach, and you got somebody helping you with your climbing. Those people all understand, of course, that barbells slow you down. I know it's 2019, but that's what they think.
Okay.
Still what they think. And I don't know why they think that. I don't know why people that aren't informed think the things they do. It's just easier to stay uninformed and have an opinion anyway, right? That's what they'll tell you. It's unfortunate, but here we are, you know.
We'll see what he says.
See what he says. Let me know, all right? Maybe he's highly advanced, but I know of one swim coach that advocates the use of barbell training, and he's my cousin. So, all right.
So I'm sure a lot of us kind of know about the controversy with Westside Barbell, and what I'm curious about is kind of your take on the conjugate method itself and accommodating resistance, separate from the culture that's been created out of Westside.
Well, we're not in a conflict with Westside Barbell. They do powerlifting and we do strength training, and they're two completely different things. You know, we're not. There's no overlap hardly at all. We both use barbells every once in a while, but other than that, we don't do anything at all similar to what they do.
But have you looked into it, or have any?
Well, of course, I've looked into it.
Opinions on.
And I've
that
my own.
methodology?
I have a book that describes my thinking about 4 or 5, 7, 8 books that describe my theory about training, and I don't. No, I completely disagree with what they do. Completely disagree with what they do. But you have to keep a couple of things in mind about Westside Barbell. They don't even let you train over there if you ain't got a 2,000 total. Right? Mm-hmm. So who's training there? Gifted
Those that are
strength
already
athletes.
established. Yeah.
Gifted strength athletes. Now, if you got a 2,000 total and you want to change up your exercises every week and do all kinds of different things and not squat below parallel ever, go ahead. I don't care. But what does that have to do with what we do? Who do we train? We train you guys. We train you guys. I'm not concerned with what elite power lifters do ever at all under any circumstances. I don't care what they do, because what they do doesn't apply to you guys. Right? It's, powerlifting is mildly interesting, but it's not something I think about, because that's not what we do. We're in different lines of work completely, and whatever they do seems to work for them. But if you had a garage full of guys like that, what could you do with them that wouldn't work? Serious question. What do you do with them that doesn't work? Right? If you've got same thing, you got 55 kids in your locker room all of which have a 36-inch vertical jump. What could you not do with them that wouldn't look like it's working? And that's how Division I strength coaches get away with the stupid shit they do. Same deal. You've got enough talent, they'll perform at a high level in spite of what you're doing for them, to them. Right? And I don't know if that's the case with Westside, but it's certainly the case all over the world. The best athletes in the world almost never have the best coaching in the world. Why? Should be real obvious. Their coaches get to hide behind the genetics of the team assembled in front of them. You take an 18-year-old kid with a 36-inch vertical jump, and you feed him until he's 22 and work him hard. Doesn't matter how you work him hard. What's going to happen in those 4 years? Anybody care to take a guess? Well, he's going to get bigger, stronger, and faster because he's growing up and he didn't die. Right? But look who he started off in life as, a freak. He's a genetic freak. You got 55 genetic freaks. You don't have to have anybody on the coaching staff that knows what the hell's going on. And that's what you've got. That's what you've got. Right? Tom Brady's program. You seen Tom Brady's program? You seen it? Anybody else know what it is? Nobody else? Tell them what Tom Brady does.
The football player?
Yeah.
He has are you talking about his diet?
Yeah, all this
program?
stupid shit he does.
Yeah, it's stuff that normal people like us could never do. Basically, it's eating certain things.
But we can all eat whatever we want. It's just that we don't. But what does he do that makes him strong and good on the field? Well, he had Tom Brady's parents, but how does he train? Anybody know how he trains? Well, it's not effective, okay? But it doesn't have to be effective because he's Tom Brady. He's probably, the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL? If you don't count Roger Staubach. Us old guys remember Staubach. Remember Staubach? He was amazing. I've seen him pull football games out of his ass in the fourth quarter. It was just, it's just unbelievable shit he did. And nobody remembers Staubach. But he was real good. But Brady apparently is better. All right, that's fine. It is a logical fallacy to assume that the greatest athletes in the world are the greatest athletes in the world because of what they do. That is not true. That does not always follow. Because that would mean that if lesser athletes did what Tom Brady did, then they would be as good as Tom Brady. And they're not, because they've tried, and it doesn't work. And it doesn't work for Tom Brady either. Now, it looks like it works for Tom Brady, because that's what he does, and he's Tom Brady. But do you understand the logical flaw here in this? You know, just because Tom Brady does it and he's Tom Brady doesn't mean that the thing he's doing is responsible for him being Tom Brady. You all know this, don't you?